Am I here?
Yeah,
Are we here?
we're live.
They're here.
Oh no! I just missed the entire intro video. I think I'm being rugged. I may ask you guys to carry me for just a second as I switch internet connections. But before I do that, want to welcome everybody to the Lucky Trader Lounge. Special guest Jason Bales here today to talk about cool pets. Unfortunately, I might not be the only one being rugged right now. Cool pets delayed potentially. We don't know just yet. But we're going to chat about it anyway. In the meantime, Lou, I'm going to turn it to you for just a second. I'm going to switch internet connections, and I'm going to hop back in here in just a moment. So if you guys want to carry on without me.
Yep. So Jason, I guess we could just sort of go over like what's going on right now. So the pets, they were supposed to drop about an hour ago for Cool Cat holders, and then right now for the allow list holders. And it seems like OpenSea is having a lot of issues now, so I'm not sure if this is like an Ethereum wide thing and they're holding off or not. But I believe they just had a town hall going, and it seems like they hopped off of that for now, right? So you expect them to be going live here soon, or do you think they might have to push back another day?
They've always been very quick to update community, so I actually think it's sort of weird right now. I actually expected something by 5 o'clock, at least for allow list mints. Obviously, Cool Cat holders can mint whenever they want, so I really don't think it's a big deal when that goes live. But for allow list, I mean, it's only a 24-hour window, so I'd expect an announcement here soon about, whether that's getting pushed back or whether the deadline will still be tomorrow at 5 or all those other details. And I'm actively following the Discord right now. They did note that there are no active collections live right now, so please don't buy fake collections on OpenSea or LooksRare or anywhere else.
Yeah, there's a lot of these that seem to be popping up that some people have bought into. I think we just saw one of the collections has about 12 Ethereum that was traded on it, but just if you're watching, just know that that's it's not the correct one, that the correct one is not out yet. So OpenSea has been down, but oh yeah, that's good to add there. You're back, Logie.
I'm back. Apologize if a little rugged here. Jason, I only caught the very back half. You said you were paying attention to the Discord stuff. Have they are they still in the spaces or on the stage in Discord, or have they since terminated that?
So the town hall is still technically live. I get there's 88 people listening, but they're not there. So no, there's no current town hall with dev team or anyone else in it.
We should take this chat there, I guess. Yeah, I think though, I don't know, based on my understanding, and I've not been in the Cool Cats community too long. I just actually purchased my first cat, despite following the collection for so long and reporting on it and listening to you, Jason, talk to me about how awesome your Cool Cats merch and stuff was. I only just joined. I bought my first cat middle of last week. But I'm here now and I'm ready for my pets. But from the outside, objectively speaking, as a reporter, previously, I think this is one of those communities that is setting the bar in terms of what's expected in terms of communication, right? Like weekly town halls, right? With information and updating folks. And so I do anticipate as well. I think it is a little odd that we haven't heard anything. It doesn't necessarily mean anything bad, just busy, likely, because they want to get everything right. But I fully expect that we'll hear and receive full transparency regarding whatever's ongoing at present time.
I do think I will say that this is an external issue potentially, because when it was an internal issue, on Friday, they immediately updated the community that there was potentially a bug in the contract or something that would delay the mint, and so they pushed it to Monday. So they are maybe waiting on OpenSea to give them more information. I don't know. That's just speculation.
Yeah, I think that. Totally just speculation, but I think you could be right. I mean, one of the other issues here that they unfortunately run into is even if internally all the wheels are turning appropriately, OpenSea is your largest source of liquidity for people that wish to participate. And right now, a collection of this size and magnitude is going to generate significant impact on the secondary market, particularly via secondary sales, because public can't mint really, right? You have 18,500 folks who are going to, well, maybe not unique individuals, right? But 18,500 pieces that are going to go in the next day, hopefully very, very soon. We planned this stream. We pushed it back a little bit for this exact purpose, to be able to mint and do the cool pet stuff with everybody and talk about it. So hopefully we still get to do that at the back half of this stream. It's becoming increasingly unlikely that that's the case. Nevertheless, to go back to my point, given the importance here and the expectation that a lot of folks want to own a cool pet and may not be able to only via the secondary market, if OpenSea is not ready, or there is issue or whatever, it could be dangerous. We've already seen, right? I put the banner down at the bottom, but there's already a collection on LooksRare that generated like double-digit Ethereum trading volume, and it's completely fake. So,
yeah, and I do think that if you are watching a stream and you are trying to buy on secondary, just cool pets in general, that today in this like early on point of time where people are buying at the 0 cost or the 0.5 cost for allow list holders, now is likely a better time for you to come in and buy on secondary, just because of the idea that the entry point right now for people is relatively low, and some people who have a lot of cool cats, we were talking earlier with Jason that some holders, if you have like 100 cool cats, you're probably going to sell a few of these anyway, right? And the likelihood that you're selling that at a lower cost today would be better than once that market's set.
Yeah. Well, maybe, right? Let's actually, we don't really often hear on this stream, in particular for viewers who are absolutely new to the Lucky Trader Lounge, we don't typically talk a lot about price or speculation, as it's one of the goals of our company to be informative and objective. But this stream is a little bit different. Full disclosure, we all own cool cats on the stream, right? Full disclosure, we all own them. So we'll all be receiving at least one free cool pet alongside. But we should talk a little bit about price and actually the dynamics here, because I think this one is really interesting for a whole host of reasons. I think naturally, a lot of people are probably fairly comparing this to mutants, in the sense that you have what is deemed by many a blue chip collection now providing a companion at about 2 times the mint in terms of circulating supply. You have a collection that's coming, that is accessible in price, not quite as fair launch as maybe, right? Not quite as fair launch. I'm not trying to really claw anyone on this, but mutants were Dutch auction, but you have an accessible price point here. You have the allow list, right? There's still functions here where the distribution is quite fair. But the uniqueness here is that with mutants, nearly 100%, right, could just drink the serum right away and it was done. You know what I mean? And so the vast majority of mutants were discovered almost instantly. With cool pets, there's the same sort of game theory of like CloneX, right? All these things where you can do your quests right away and sort of level up to hatch, but you don't have to. And I actually don't know how informed the general public is on this particular point, that you're not just buying a cool pet and you get a cool pet. You're buying an egg that you have to hatch into a cool pet, right? And so firstly, I don't think everybody has read, unfortunately, Jason's work on luckytrader.com. I'm going to bring it up on the screen. If my internet doesn't rug me, I'm going to try to bring it up on the screen. So if you haven't already, please go luckytrader.com. Everything you need to know about cool pets and the upcoming game, it's updated through today, right? With all the information that we know. I don't think many people know about this. And I think it's going to probably, unfortunately, in some ways, disappoint folks, in the sense that you're not just going to unfurl one of these cute little cool pets right away. You're going to need to do some stuff for it. And I think naturally, whether it be ignorance or whether it be that requirement of activity, who knows, right? Maybe there's delays in the game now too. We don't know. We're speculating, that keep the hatching process from unfurling appropriately, whatever. But I think those types of things that are now requirements to hatch could depress price a bit, right? In the near term. I certainly think that. I initially thought, full disclosure, that right after drop, we'd see like 1 to 3 ETH almost instantly on the secondary market. I'm actually a bit more skeptical of that. And like, I'm anticipating it holds around 1 to 1.5, you know, for longer than I had initially anticipated.
Yeah. And I mean, some people are pretty frothy. I mean, with these collections that are popping up and people are hopping right into it without like looking too deep in, and people are buying it at like over 1 ETH on those, that, you know, I think there'll be some demand for this, even though you're starting just with an egg. And a lot of these other projects, the demand is the potential of getting like a 1 of 1 or super rare. And so it's a little different with these, where you kind of, like you said, you're gonna have to play the game to see what you got. So I think some people are gonna buy it just thinking, oh, it's cool pets, like cool cats are big, and then just get an egg and be wondering when reveal and not interact with it even. So I think that'll be it makes it a little more unique.
Yeah.
of a drop.
When's the mint question here? So it was slated to be earlier today, pushed back until 4 p.m. for Cool Cats holders, and now we're still not live. Jason is sort of monitoring the Discord activity actively as we speak. We pushed this back, expecting that the allow list previously was going to be minting at 5 p.m. Eastern time. Of course, we've now exceeded that time. Still no updates just yet. If I can guess, my expectation still is that, hopefully we have some sort of announcement in the near future from the Cool Cats team to be able to update everyone on this stream. We'll, of course, update it on our schedule page at luckytrader.com as well. But previously, it was determined that the public mint, of which there are only about 1,500 items, the public mint would be the following day at 10 a.m. Eastern or 1 p.m. Eastern. I guess I could just pull up the schedule.
I think it starts 24 hours after allow list. So I think I would expect that once the allow list goes, say it went at, 6 p.m. tonight, then tomorrow public would be 6 p.m. That's what I would guess, right, Jason?
Yeah, that's right. Or at least that's what they indicated. Though originally, obviously, allow list was supposed to be at 10. So 10 a.m. the next day would have been the public mint, but they're for sure going to push back the public mint.
Yeah. I think this team, if you're just catching on here a little bit later, we talked about the transparency that this team has provided as being, I truly do believe, set the precedent in terms of updating communities. And, they were really one of the first, if not the first, town hall producers, right, that have been keeping their communities in the loop. And I think it's one of the reasons that the community is as strong as it is. I know we sort of talk in jest about community oftentimes, but this is one of those examples where I think they've done an excellent job of educating and informing their collectors about what exactly is happening. And so that's why we know, though, if I can go back on that screen, that's why we know as much about Cool Cats and Cool Pets as we do from this everything you need to know about them. We know this because the team has given us so much information thus far. I think maybe an okay way to segue is like, so we talked about price. Jason, actually, you should give me your price prediction. Your like non-maxi price prediction. Your rational price prediction. 100
ETH easily. So I think this is slightly different than Mutants in one very major way, and that's the introduction of the milk token almost immediately. So really what we get with Cool Cats and Cool Pets is a gamified staking mechanism. So you can earn milk in 2 ways. One, just by holding a Cool Cat. And so that's how they reward their current holders. They also get Cool Pets. And then questing with Cool Pets earns you milk, which you can do immediately with the egg. And so the price of milk really is going to set the floor of the Cool Pets, because if milk is worth enough, then you will just buy a Cool Pet, go on quests, sell the milk, make your money back. And so there's that second dimension here. So it's not just, oh, this is a PFP project, or this is a cool, cute thing that I can set on my Twitter. They're building an entire ecosystem with this launch. Obviously, a lot of the stuff that they're working on is not going to come out immediately post launch, but people are going to be speculating. And so I think that will keep the floor at least above, in my estimation, 1-ish. I do think that these could go as high as like 1/5 the price of Cool Cats, whatever that happens to be. Right now is like 3. I think could go higher, but 1/5 the price seems logical to me. So if cats go higher, then because obviously, again, if milk is worth enough, it's worth it to buy a cat and earn that milk every day. It's 1,000 milk tokens per day to Cool Cat holders plus a daily bonus based on your cat tier.
Yeah, that is a really interesting point. Man, that is gonna just it's gonna make for it's funny. I've made a joke to Lou about this recently about the game theory thing and Beanie. Like, that was always his thing about Wolf Game and everything else that was attached to it. He's loves shouting game theory. But it's super important in all of these collections where you have the opportunity to wait to mint. Like, look at CloneX mint vials. Like right now they're like 30 ETH,
30
right?
over
Plus.
30, yeah.
Yeah, and so we introduce with collections like that, where we sort of have a breakdown or at least an understanding or assumed understanding of the collection's breakdown. You can start to surmise what's available, right? And then you can same thing with like Mega Mutants and those types of things. You can start to surmise what's available, and then those vials can go up or down as a result. So same thing's going to happen here to the Cool Pets price is like if people rush right out and hatch, like let's put milk aside, people rush right out and hatch. And in the initial hatchings, there's like 0 1-of-1s, right? Like, let's say, like half the collection is hatched and not a single 1-of-1 yet. Then the price of the rest of the collection, Cool Pets that are unhatched, right, is we can't, we're speculating, of course, but likely to then go up as a result because every egg that's hatched that's not of 1-of-1 increases the likelihood that the next egg is a 1-of-1, right? I mean, it's going to be minute. These are 20,000 eggs we're talking about, but
yeah, but I'm also not sure if that's going to be that true. If like rarity is going to matter too much in this, because I think if you have a non 1-of-1, it's just like a common whatever. But say it's a fire, and most people are going to air or one of these other ones. Like, what if you have the highest level fire? Then maybe that is going to be more important to people than the rarity of it. So I think there's going to be like a mad rush to level up as well. But I do think it's kind of two sides. It's like, I don't know. Do you want it as an egg? Because then you're that far behind. You're like weeks behind people to actually get it to the point where you find out if it's a 1-of-1.
yeah.
So I'm not sure. It is kind of interesting though.
It's a little like deal or no deal, right? I mean, like,
yeah.
Sort of.
Yeah, what if you buy one and then it's just like a terrible one and you spent all this extra money expecting it?
Yeah, I want to get back actually to Jason's point about milk, which is where I started here in the differences between Cool Pets and others. You're exactly right, Jason. This is one of the first examples. I mean, there are others, but like first examples of games or play to earn systems that are going to be, tokenized right out the gate. And this is going to have some impact in weighting on all things, not just Cool Pets, but Cool Cats as well, right? Because depending upon the level of the cat impacts how much milk is generated per day. And if milk, which is a utility token, not designed to be a security or, right? It's not designed to really have any economic utility, but if it maintains some absurd price, it's going to reflect itself across the entire collection.
Yeah, it's super interesting too, because depending on the price of milk, it may or may not be worth it to buy Cool Pets. And then if you do buy enough Cool Pets, because there's an arbitrage opportunity there, and then you get all the milk and you start selling all the milk, then milk price drops down. And so it will establish an equilibrium at some point. I have no idea what that equilibrium will become.
Yeah. What's fun here is like any of these new market systems, anytime it happens, right? There's always opportunity given inefficiencies and like not understanding the way that the mechanics work and all those things. I'm not the person that's going to capitalize effectively, right? But like the big brains that know what to do, like anytime this stuff happens, like you just know that we're going to see stuff about somebody that has completely crushed the play here across, bridging or whatever, because milk in itself exists on both Polygon and on Ethereum. And like, who knows? Like, I have no clue what happens there. Is there a chance we see like price divergence in between those two or anything weird like that?
Yeah, a lot of times with things like that, they correct quickly. Like, there's other people that are probably looking at that and trying to make the big bids on it faster than us. So I usually don't look at that too often unless it's like one's $8 and the other's $3 or something. But I mean, I'd expect them to be relatively close, at least most of the time.
Yeah, there'll be minor differences too, just because of the pain that it is to bridge over. Though Cool Cats has said that they are building a bridge within the first couple of days between Polygon and Ethereum for milk.
That's nice. That's nice. That's a tricky one for folks. Like there are some things here. I'm super thrilled. One of the reasons that I decided to purchase as late as I did, right? I expected actually in some ways. I bought a cat for 15 ETH. I expected in some ways that I was buying a local top. Given the pets and expected probably drop post pets, right, where you get a free one and all those types of things. But one of the reasons that it's encouraging here is the innovation that's being attempted from this team. It introduces a whole ton of execution risk, like a whole ton, which is always scary. And we've chatted about this in the past, which is, some people have that conversation about punks versus apes, right? And the execution risk for apes versus larvae is just not going to do anything, and punks are punks. But I'm okay. I think betting on some of this innovation here, and some of the needle pushing that's taking place. So we've got it's a game, it's a companion drop. There's tokens, there's quests, there's like stuff we don't know about yet. It's exciting. It's headline worthy. Price goes up.
Plenty of announcements. I mean, already made announcements, but developments that will be happening relatively soon after pets, including quote unquote housing, which I don't know if that's like land within Cooltopia. That would be cool though. Battling is definitely one they're working on. They already had a button.
Well, Jason, sorry to cut you off. Cool Pets, there's an announcement in the Cool Cats Discord.
Good or bad?
From Tom. Sorry for the delay. Thank you very much for your patience. We know waiting for a mint is no fun. Small issue that was slowing us down is currently being sorted, and we hope to be fired up and running very soon. It's only a visual issue, but the way our system works, we would hate for people to be confused by it. So it sounds like maybe a UX UI thing. I'm sorry. I wasn't sharing the actual announcement on screen. I intended to be. So again, sorry for the delay. Visual issue. The way our system works, we would hate for people to be confused by it. Yeah, I mean, it sounds like when we were trying at 4 p.m., Lou, you and some other holders at Lucky Trader had mentioned some like confusion regarding the UI or maybe the UX. And it sounds like maybe that is one of those.
I'm guessing it's probably something like when you click, it brings you to a screen and
you like can't see the screen.
Probably doesn't say like mint explicitly or something like that. It's probably...
So the way the mint works is once you log on to coolcatsnft.com, you connect your wallet, and then you'll see this meow pad is what they're calling it. It's just a cat with like, it looks like a Nintendo Switch. So you click that, and then you'll see the cats that you own. And next to cats, it should say egg. Yeah. And if it does say egg, which it doesn't currently, you click the egg, and then you can click claim. At least that's if you're a Cool Cat holder. As far as the allow list goes, I'm not sure what that's supposed to look like, and I'm not sure that they announced how that works yet.
Man, I'm actually like, even if it goes live at 5:30, I will not be claiming it. My cat sits on a ledger that is not in my possession at present time. But I also did earn an allow list spot via. This is before I had the cat. I had earned an allow list spot with a different wallet. So I'm excited to dip my toes in and grab one. I think I'm like just most excited about the initial reaction and what happens. There was do you guys remember Mutants that night or no?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a Saturday night, and I was being a loser at home, and it kind of like stealth dropped. And I know like that pissed some people off. That got my first teachings in don't wait to mint when everybody else mints, Dutch auction style, with some stuck transaction, and like with a ledger, like you can't speed up your transactions. And yeah, I totally failed. That sucked. Nevertheless, I'm excited to see the initial reaction. I'm also excited to track like a bajillion different things that happen here. So not only the pets price, but like what happens to Cool Cat's price. I don't remember what happened with apes right after. Like mutants went from like 3 to 7.
Down. So the action of Bored Ape, well, we were talking about this earlier because part of the action, like Steph Curry bought an ape and people got very excited, and that was like the day before the mutants came out. But it went from it was moving up, and then it went from like 40 to 60 right before mutants, and then it went back down to 40 after the mutant drop. I'm not sure how much of that had to do with the fact that I don't think people were expecting it to be 20,000 dropped on mutants. I think they were expecting it to only be 10,000. So once they added the secondary 10,000, I think some people there were fudding that. But this one has like always been, they were going to do this many. So it did pull back some of the price, but I'm not sure it like Jason was saying before, depending on the price of milk is going to depend on if, like, what if you're earning, say, the base rate of like 1,050 per day. If that turns out to be something that you could get that 15 ETH back in like 6 months or something, like depending on what that time to get the money back, I think will determine the price of what Cool Cats move towards. If it's like
of course
underwhelming, or if it's like very exciting. Like I know POW initially they were getting, it was like 1 ETH per month or something like that, and so people were very excited, so the price stayed up on Meta Heroes. But I think the price of milk might be the most important thing in all of this, like to see what the prices do.
You know what's insane though about that is like, well, there's so many insane things about that, but I totally agree. Like the price of milk, the price of milk, the token is going to significantly impact what happens, to pets and to Cool Cats, at least in the near term, right? Despite the fact that milk, of course, is not an economic token, or not designed to be, right? But the way that price is designed here is really not on anything fundamental, which of course is not like second, that's, people don't expect fundamentals in crypto or NFTs, really not too much, right? Not too much. But the crazy thing about the way that price works, particularly with like decentralized exchanges and automated market makers, right, is it's not necessarily like, it's based on, right, supply and demand, right? But it like upon the liquidity that's provided and all sorts of these like underlying functions, there's not really that too many. And you can learn more about liquidity pools and automated market makers and hear from smarter people than myself on that topic. But there are things here that could impact the milk price that are like totally beyond the control of like anyone, right? As it pertains to Cool Cats. Like, I wonder what, I'm trying to think of a scenario. I'm botching this, but like I'm trying to think of a scenario where like the amount of liquidity provided or whatever generates some sort of insane price for milk, or I don't know. Are you following me, Jason?
Well, if you think about the fact that these are on the blockchain, tokens on the blockchain, anyone can incorporate milk into their projects. And so that's one super interesting area. Is like, okay, the Littles is going to use it in their ecosystem.
Are they? Is that announced?
Yeah.
And so if other projects start to milk too, the demand of milk obviously increases the more projects that use it for in-game utility. And also worth noting is that all of the milk used to buy chests, which will have the items in order to upgrade your eggs, will be burned. So it's not going back to the team. It's being burned.
What's is there a total supply number on milk?
The full tokenomics, as far as I'm aware, are not currently out, so I don't know.
Yeah. So all we have, let me put this back up on the screen. We briefly touched on it, but the bonuses for milk, right? So you earn milk per day. Like you don't have to do anything special. You just own a cat. This is if you own a cat, right? You receive X amount of milk. You can see the base right here is 1,000 milk tokens with some daily bonus depending upon the rarity or the tier. Cool cat tier. They're all cool cats. I remember reading that when I wrote the description on the website. They're all cool cats. Some are just cooler than others. So you can generate upwards of 1,000 milk per day. So Lou gave a great example with Meta Heroes and POW. Gala Games is another one, right? Or Town, and I don't know, what's the token? Is the token called Town too? Something
the
like that.
Token is Gala, I thought.
Well, but the in-game is that also
is Town Star, yeah.
Is the in-game? They don't use Gala in-game, right? Or do they?
Oh, yeah, I'm not sure.
Tony would know.
I didn't do that one.
Anyway, all I'm getting at here is that so you're going to earn these. The price of milk is going to determine how much are these cool cat holders returning each day. The price of milk is also going to determine how much are the in-game items per day. Jason's talking about that milk being burned totally, which decreases the total supply of milk. And if the demand for milk goes up, I don't know. I'm doing the Zach Galifianakis, that meme I'm talking about, where I think it's the Hangover one, but all the equations are scroll.
I think maybe
nobody laughed.
Maybe we can go over the in the growing your pet portion, because I think right now it's definitely advantageous to have a pet. You're gonna earn at basically 5x the speed because you're getting the 1,000 a day versus you have to quest. So
you mean cat?
Yes, right. So for people who are watching or interested in buying on secondary and want to play the game without having a cool cat, what do we think that their demand to get? Are they going to be because they're so far behind in a way? Because they're earning 5 times slower. What's the demand to have people who just have pets? Are they going to probably want to grow the pets fast, right? Or are they the ones that are going to hold the eggs and just watch the price?
I would assume that they'd want to grow their pet if they only had a pet as fast as possible, because there are bonuses to do so. If you scroll down a little bit farther, you can see the questing bonuses. I believe it's 0% for stage 1, and then stage 2 a little bit farther. That's questing rarities. There's rewards, and then one more is we can come back to rewards then. But these are the bonuses. So at stage 2, you earn 5% extra per quest, and then 10%. And then once you reach your final form, the cool pets can carry items back from quests. And so there's a random chance, they haven't disclosed what that random chance is, that upon completing a quest, you'll get an item. And so the farther along you are, the more, they've incentivized you to upgrade your pet as fast as possible, unless you really care about elements, in which case you might want to sit back and wait and see which items are creating which elements.
So much game theory. So much.
Yeah, I'm almost starting to think that I don't want to just have it sit as an egg. It almost seems worth it to just start leveling it up.
I'll be leveling up probably as fast as possible with the items that make the most sense towards water. And if I don't get a water, I'm not going to be that mad. But I want to go for water. So
you want the water one?
Yeah, we should go back.
Yeah, let's break down the elements.
Let's go back up to the elements. This is interesting. Okay, so there are 4 elements, right? Water. Of course, you can get a little glimpse here. These are the blue guys. The funny face ones are fantastic.
Funny glasses. Yeah,
they're really
the best
great
ones.
Water, air, fire, and actually these are a little more orange than I thought. They look a little more red, don't they?
A lot of them have the red on them,
and then grass. So water, air, fire, grass. You can learn their origin stories. This thing is truly, this guy Jason built is truly everything you need to know. The origin story is of course baked in here, which the Cool Cats and Cool Pets team has provided for us via their town halls. You can learn a little bit more within. Do you guys have there is no, Jason, correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm a little newer to this than you. There is no one is greater than other.
So there's no, there's not. But there is, so that there's an elemental affinity for every quest. And if your cool pet's element matches that elemental affinity, you'll get a bonus for completing that quest with that pet.
Yeah.
And then also in the what we need to know for the future is that battling is definitely going to happen. And so similar to Pokemon, for sure, like fire is going to be good against grass, water is going to be good against fire, etc.
Man, I'm getting more excited now.
Yeah, we were talking about this earlier where like ideally this is part of the reason why I would love for the floor to be relatively low. Like I want to have one of each of the different elements and like play it out like which one's best. Because yeah, what if you pop up and your available quests like you don't have a grass one, but you know there's like a rare grass one. So I don't know. Part of me wants to have one of each, like ideally have 4, but
It's
not
worth
if they're
noting,
like 4 each.
yeah, it's worth noting too that these elements aren't all the elements that they will ever be. They've said that they'll do future elements, and I'm assuming they'll be similar to Pokemon in like psychic and dark and the standard Pokemon based or other battling based elements. I don't know what those will be, but
Have they said that, Jason, that Pokemon is the inspiration here?
yeah,
Or
they're all super inspired by Pokemon, but also other open world RPG games. I mean, the whole dev team is super into
nerds.
games, and yeah.
In a good way. So I'm not a gamer. We've talked about this a whole bunch. I just I don't really play them. I'm getting into Wordle. I like Wordle a lot. I like word games. Cool Pets Wordle, hopefully, with milk token rewards. I'm not really too much of a gamer, but the games I did play when I was younger I actually did play Pokemon. I had a Game Boy Color that was a Pikachu Game Boy Color. It was, Pikachu was it was like a gold Game Boy Color. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about.
It was yellow. I had the same one, yeah.
No, it was gold. But maybe you had the yellow one.
You mean the actual Game Boy or the game itself?
No, the game,
yeah.
the console. It was gold.
Oh, the console. Yeah, I'm talking about the actual game. It's Pokemon Yellow, and then there's Red, Blue.
Yeah, I think I had them all. I caught them all.
I just bought the new one yesterday. Actually, if we wanted to talk about Pokemon, I just literally bought a Nintendo Switch yesterday for $400 just because I wanted to play whatever the new game is called. I don't know, but it's really cool.
So this excites me a little bit. The comparison to Pokemon, because I did enjoy it so much as a child. I was a huge Squirtle fan. Squirtle is my favorite Pokemon. That's maybe why I have an affinity for Team Water here. I don't know, I have this aversion to the point and click. It's boring to me. You know what I mean? Like, Lou, you tried to get me on DeFi Kingdoms and for so long, and I was just like, I don't want to do DeFi Kingdoms. I wish I had. Obviously, when you mentioned it, same thing with Crypto Raiders. We did a whole stream about Crypto Raiders, you and John, which if you're into Crypto Raiders, the game, you can look back at that about how to get started. It's still very, very timely. I just couldn't get myself to do it. I'm wondering if there are other folks like me that like the games themselves, because they're game-like, but they're not really like games, at least not to me. Semantics, whatever. But I'm wondering if there are others like me that couldn't get into those other ones, maybe because they had no attachment in any way. And the likeness, the Pokemon likeness, could be kind of like, oh yeah, like they totally get it now, whereas those other games, it's like, so I garden my stupid shit for Jewel or whatever, maybe you don't get that because you can't feel it. I don't know. It's silly, but
well, why did you buy a Cool Cat then? If you're not trying to play the game?
Well, I bought a Cool Cat for a handful of reasons. the other
Thinking the
day.
game
He's a
will
flipper.
bump
He's
it.
a flipper.
I bought the Cool Cat. The Cool Cat is tucked away in a hardware wallet with not much else on it other than the Cool Cat. So I don't intend to touch it for quite some time. That's a good question though. I bought it because a few things. I listened to that Michael Saylor Up Only episode right before I bought the Cool Cat, not too long actually before I had bought the Cool Cat. And I sort of looked myself in the mirror and I was thinking about my current bags. And yeah, I've done a lot of flipping, right? And I was thinking about my current bags and thinking about the trajectory of NFTs, thinking about the potential. And one of these things, and I actually almost tweeted this the other day. I don't know that this is profound in any way, but one of the things that I've struggled with is with not seeing the things first, with not seeing anything first, not understanding that it was really possible. So for me, I never bought apes because I was like, okay, well, like how high can apes go, right? Because you couldn't imagine how high they could go, right? I just like couldn't fathom it at all. And now that I've seen apes go to 100 plus, right? And I saw the same thing with punks now. Now that I've seen it, I'm like, okay, well, this is kind of possible. And that doesn't mean Cool Cats will do it. But to me, it was sort of an affirmation that like this space does have this level of potential, and I'm so connected to it, and I believe this to be and have believed it to be of blue chip-esque nature. I would feel really bad if things play out and I look back and I didn't have a single piece in my bag. Right. And so it was a little bit of, me kind of talking myself into taking more risk on as a younger, solo male without a family or a house or anything. And it was a little bit of seeing is believing, like apes can do this. Maybe cats could too. And I don't want to do the.
I don't mean to cut you off, but another announcement. The verified collection is up on OpenSea.
Oh, no kidding. Jason, can you throw that in the private chat and I'll bring it up on screen for folks? And then as we're doing this, so this is the moment we've all been waiting for. Thank you for tuning in for 43 minutes up until this point. But as we're doing this on this stream, we'll have other folks at Lucky Trader ensuring that this gets added to the site as soon as we possibly can.
So there are 100 items right now in the collection. I'm assuming these are tests. I'm sending it right now in private.
Okay, I'm going to open this up, folks, and then I'm going to throw it on the screen. What do you mean by tests? As in like the dev team testing?
Yeah, I'm assuming these weren't because it's just one owner. So I'm assuming the Cool Cats deployer
Okay.
deployed 100 items. I don't think that you can hit quite yet.
Yeah, so this might have just been like a, hey,
is that the
this
first
this is the right one.
Go up. Is there two now?
No, I see one owner.
No, I'm just saying that I think this was to be like, hey, let's get the real one up there so that people stop going to the fake ones.
Yeah, these are all. So these must be. Yeah, these are cats either held. Does the deployer hold cats? It may hold cats.
Yeah. So in my other chat, they're saying that the owner of that account is the CEO now.
Yeah. So am I muted? No.
Nope.
So here's the deployer address, right? Which now owns the 100.
They just confirmed everything is not live yet. Just this link for now.
Okay, but this is good. Like this is massive still to have this, because we referenced at the beginning of the show, and there's a reason that we have the link here. No active Cool Pats collection yet. There was a collection on Looks Rare that had done more than 11 Ethereum and traded volume at the time we were talking, and that was 40 minutes ago. So I'm going to leave the banner up actually for right now, just for folks that are joining, because it's active, but it's not quite active. But has this been posted in the Cool Pets, or sorry, the Cool Cats
in the Discord? Yeah.
Okay, so you can actually access this. This is where assets will be funneling into shortly, maybe shortly, right? Hopefully shortly. 5:45 here. My mom's texting me. I haven't texted her all day. There's no time, Mom. Cool Pets are coming. Jeez. Moms. You know what? I told my mom.
You're not even minting it, though.
Well, not right now, but I'm here with you folks. I actually told my mom the other day that I bought a Cool Cat, and I showed her, and she thought we should bring up my. Is it okay?
Oh, man.
Can I bring up my Cool Cat? Is that okay? Why not?
Yeah.
Right?
You definitely can.
Okay. All right. Hold on. Let me find it here. Am I sharing the screen still? I am, right? It's in this wallet.
No,
I think it's in
ENS.
I think it's in this wallet. Yeah, here it is. So I bought this the other day, and I showed my mom. First of all, my mom still doesn't get NFTs. She thinks it's silly. Very, very silly. Of course, in many ways it is. So tip of a cap to my mom. She's not watching because we don't get an internet where I live. But I showed her this cat, and she was certain, she was arguing with me that it was not a beard the cat was wearing, but instead it was a mask. You know, she's got COVID on the mind, I guess.
Yeah. It's got the
Having a
mustache
mask,
though.
having a mask and a bandana would be like super safe of that.
Yeah.
cat.
Yep. Wear a mask, folks. I mean, it helps. It doesn't hurt, right?
Did you show her the properties and show her the?
I showed her, yeah. I showed her. She thought the cupcake head was silly, but I love cupcakes. If my, if my body is no indication, this chubby face is no indication of my love for cupcakes, then I don't know what is. Man, I've told my cool cat story before, but I was actually in New York, and I was sitting on Drew Dinkmeyer's couch. Drew Dinkmeyer of Daily Fantasy fame, sitting on his couch, and I was debating upon buying a cool cat. And at that point in time, cool cats were around, I think, 0.45 or something like that. And I had a cupcake head in my like checkout ready to hit confirm. And somebody sent me a message, or I saw some message on Twitter about Wicked Craniums doing a collaboration with Pop Wonder, like at the exact same time. I fucking backed out and bought a Wicked Cranium instead.
Wrong.
That,
it was the wrong.
that,
move
my
at the
friends.
time. You never know, though. I was short on gas for the Bored Ape Mint, so I mean, it is what it is.
I know. I mean, I don't dwell on it too much, but I looked at this. This is another one of the reasons I bought the other day. Was I did the whole I missed the boat thing too many times. I did it the entire way up with apes, like the entire way up. I was like, oh shit, apes are already. I think this is like a thing that humans do, right? Like apes are already X amount.
Yeah.
They can't go up higher. Well, then you see apes go up higher, or you see punks go up higher. You see whatever collection go up higher, and you're like, oh wait, this thing can actually happen. That's what happened to me earlier this week. I listened to Michael Saylor talk about Bitcoin on Up Only, which is a great episode if folks want to listen to it. And then I thought to myself, how bad would it be if I, 3 years from now, I don't have some blue chip in my bag, right? And yeah, I was just like, whatever, like I'm gonna punch myself so hard, like if I, if I like look back and I don't have a cupcake head, cool cat. So I did it. So now I've got one.
There's something too about minting that makes it special. I did the same thing with Bored Apes. I was like, didn't get in mint because I was short gas. Then got the ETH. It was sold out, and I was like, screw it, I'm not gonna buy it. Why would I buy it on secondary?
Yeah.
And that's
I feel you there.
So dumb. Don't ever do that.
Yeah.
Luckily, I did mint cool cats. So.
I think there are some really good quotes about this, and I think actually even your brother Jonathan Bales of the other Bales, as Jason calls him, right? We'll call it that for this stream and this stream only. But I've seen some really good quotes about like the winners win thing, right? It's just like counterintuitive to us. Like once something goes up, that it's more likely to keep going up. It's not quite that, right? But in many ways it is, like an all-time high is only an all-time high until the next all-time high. Like it just has to be that way. It can't keep going up if it doesn't go up before. I mean, I'm talking weird vagaries and stuff, but it's a tough thing to get over. We got a question here. When is Cool Pets coming out? So we just got an announcement from the team that it is the collection, at least, right? The verified collection address is now accessible. We just shared it on screen. Let me bring it back here for folks to be able to see.
Can you post it in chat?
I can. Yeah, let me throw this in here. So, of course, none of these are like listed for sale. They are from the Cool Pets / Cool Cats deployer. It's the official OpenSea. I sent the asset link, but that asset is related to the Cool Pets, the official Cool Pets collection. But unfortunately, not just yet. It is not live just yet. So it feels like they must be very, very close if those tests seem appropriate.
Yeah, I'd guess it's like the end of the hour. They'll just do it at an even number.
I'm curious as to whether they're going to launch both at the same time, or if they're still going to
Yeah.
give Cool Cats holders an hour before.
Dude, I think they'll be. My expectation is they're going to be totally fair and transparent and match exactly what they initially provided.
You
Yeah.
can't do anything until February 2nd and or later, based on this delay. But it was originally February 2nd, so you
Right.
can't do quests or anything. So there's no advantage to having them early, except for maybe if
Secondary.
if you could quickly sell on secondary for a higher price.
We talked about price actually a little bit earlier about our expectations here, but like, Jason, at what price on secondary? And maybe you already answered this, and I sort of missed it when we were talking about it. But like, what price on secondary are you adding more?
I'll buy 2 more at 1 ETH, just because I'm already getting 2. I'll get 1 free with my Cool Cat. I'm on the allow list, so I'll mint 1 for 0.5, and then if I could get 2 more for a total of 2 ETH, I'll do that just so I can hopefully get all 4 elements.
Full set. Got to catch them all. Lou, did you mention which price you'd add more?
Yeah, I mean, I would definitely be adding at 1. The way that it seems like people are anticipating this and ready to jump. So I'm not sure how long that 1 ETH will last. I'd like to have 4 to have the 1 of each element, but it's kind of hard to sell that at 2-3 ETH right away. So I don't know. I'm excited to like watch the price action, especially today, because you have the 24 hours for allow list, and a lot of people won't do it right away. So it's going to be it's only adding supply, and then over time, it's just supply continues to go up. So I don't want to just like jump in and buy right away either. So I'll probably just watch a little at first, unless it's like under 1 ETH.
Especially because I feel like, I mean, I'm glad that there's not a huge public mint. I feel like public mints tend to be more flippers than like the people who grinded to get a allow list. I feel like they're more likely to hold. And then I also feel like Cool Cats holders are way more likely to hold. So yeah, I do feel like waiting potentially at least till towards the end of allow list mint into public mint. I think the price will just get lower once public mint goes, depending on how bad the gas.
And I might try for public mint.
Yeah, I don't know how bad gas is going to be, but obviously
public mint here. If you walk out with one on public mint here, you're a champion. That's impressive. Like with something like this, like full disclosure, I won't even be trying. Like I know my internet is not, not strong enough. My fingers are not quick enough. There's people much smarter as well that are going to find ways to potentially get themselves into a cool pet.
Yeah. I mean, that's the other thing with the prices. Like it's 0.5 to mint, public mint tomorrow. Then people might wait and not buy on secondary if it's at a price that is above like 1.5 that they expect. I might as well just go and try to get one in public for cheaper than that. So that'll be interesting to watch.
Yeah, I think here's another take that I have. I think there are a ton of catalysts in the next maybe not a ton, but I think there are catalysts in the next week and a half that are super bullish for potential cool pet movement. It depends on the early price action, what happens, but think about some collections here that have been pent up price wise without reveals. So you just had Capsule House, right? Some revealing today. And unfortunately what happens in all these cases, it's in literally every case with maybe the minor exception, being Azuki, maybe, I don't know. But anytime these collections reveal, people dump and move liquidity elsewhere, right? You have a collection like that. Hate Beast, is that supposed to finally reveal soon? Right?
They pushed that back to the 4th or something.
But still,
pushing it.
That's a collection that to me could completely not collapse. I don't think it's going to collapse. There's some weird thing going on there, but I'm speculating, of course. Maybe Hate Beast is the best. Maybe Hate Beast is the next Apes. Maybe. Anyway,
apes for sure.
Apes are the next Apes. 3D apes are the next Apes. I don't know what happens there specifically, but my guess is that there's some ETH coming off the table that needs to resurface elsewhere. And believe it or not, in my opinion, and maybe this is me being, stuck in an echo chamber or whatever, but in my opinion, this whole entire drop has been underwhelming in terms of hype around it. Is it just me, or have you guys felt that at all? Like,
I think that it's been underwhelming just because there's not a lot of public mint, and so people don't even feel they have a chance. So
yeah,
anyone who holds a cat obviously knows about it. So like I follow a lot of cats on Twitter, and so my timeline is mostly about pets. But yeah, I don't see anyone who like does the 1,500 that they're being offered.
yeah, I think I don't know. I know I'm speculating, and I'm like secretly wishing of course, right? I want the price to stay low for a while because I would like to add. I do think that sub 1 price, we're sub 1. I don't care if they're unrevealed or not. To me that feels like a slam dunk. Not financial advice, but we mentioned at the very beginning.
An easy slam dunk, definitely not.
Not financial advice, but I'm gonna slam dunk on it. We mentioned in the beginning that this is a little bit different in nature than like mutants and stuff, and so we don't want to necessarily prescribe that like 5-to-1 thing that apes have sort of held. I think a lot of people are using that as a comparison point because I think it is a fair comparison, but we shouldn't naturally assume that this is going to be the same thing, right? The token here throws everything into a little bit of whack. Maybe anyway. Like you could see pets staying. Is there a world? There's more than one world, right? Where pets stay pretty low and cats themselves, given their milk generation, go like very high, or no?
The interesting part about that too is actually that like I haven't done the averages, but it looks like earning milk from quests might average around 100, maybe sub 100 per quest, and so I do feel like cats are earning 10x that. So
yeah,
I don't know how.
So this could do almost like an Axie type thing, maybe, right? Like ish.
You mean by Axie?
Like early Axie, right? Some of those, I don't know what they're called. They call it like founding or genesis or whatever.
Like Gen Zeros.
Yeah. Like some of those are like just absurd, right? Whereas nearly every other Axie, I don't know, the breeding mechanism makes that weird. I don't know Axie well enough, so maybe that's a really ill-informed opinion and take.
There will be more though too, is like some alpha they had up on their website that cool cats, cool pets, and then they said and then like ... we can't talk about that yet, and then kept going. Like there were screenshots all over Twitter. It was from the official Cooltopia guide, and so another drop is coming. I don't know what that is, or whether it's like more elements of cool pets, or whether it's another collection entirely, because I know Klon did more than just blue cat, and so all of the current cool cats are blue cats, but there's other characters in that arsenal, and so I don't know if we're going to get two, or if we're going to get more elemental cool pets, or how exactly this whole thing is going to work. But they're definitely planning new things.
Yeah.
Tom said as soon as cool pets are done, they're on to the next thing. There's no break. And I do know too that they have a MoonPay purchase that they have not yet announced who purchased. So they have like celebrity endorsements. They've talked about within the next few months announcing brand endorsements. So there's tons of catalysts.
Okay, we have to play a game then right now.
Okay.
If you get to pick, Jason, you get to pick who the MoonPay buyer is. Like it, for any reason, right? It doesn't need to be who equals biggest price increase or something like that, right? But like you get to pick the best potential ambassador for Cool Cats. Who do you want purchasing a Cool Cat?
I have no idea off the top of my head.
All right, we'll go to Lou then. I'll let you think about it.
Is that mullet one that we're trying to figure out? The mullet.
What are you talking about?
MoonPay bought a cat.
Yeah, I don't actually. Yeah, I think that's the one. I'm not positive.
I mean, I don't care what the cat is. I want to know, Lou, who do you want to have a cat? Like, in your opinion, who's best potential brand ambassador for, like, again, doesn't mean price goes up, but just who do you want to buy a cat for any reason, just personally?
It doesn't seem like a lot of like big name celebrities are into it that much right now. So you kind of need someone who would sort of take friends, right?
Just 'cause it would be hilarious, and also because it would pump my bags the most. Give me Elon.
Oh, that would pump bags.
Yeah, he's already doing dogs, so might as well do cats, right?
If here's the thing, if Cool Cats incorporates Doge into their ecosystem, we've got something.
No, Eli's gonna tweet about milk next. I think that's what I heard. I heard someone said unofficial source or an unofficial.
Yeah. Lou, do you have something to top Elon?
I'm trying to think of who would be like a cat. It would be like I'm thinking like all you cool cats, kittens.
Oh my gosh!
Like what if
Carol Baskin?
What if Carol Baskin like got in on it? That'd be funny. I don't know.
Does she say
not,
cool cats? She says cool cats.
Yeah, all cool cats and kittens.
Yeah. Oh shit! It's Carol Baskin.
Like, why doesn't she have one yet?
Like you said, it had a mullet. What if it's Joe Exotic instead?
That's
Oh my gosh!
Can he afford one? Isn't he like in jail right now or something?
He's in jail.
Dude, it could really be Carol Baskin. That would not surprise me at all. That would be an epic, like.
Now, I'm thinking like football players and basketball players seem to be in on like apes, right? Have there been many like hockey players? They got mullets in hockey. There haven't been many like big name hockey players out there. What if like, Connor McDavid or someone got in the game?
I just think unfortunately his celebrity status is just like, I mean, obviously the pillar of hockey, but that's a smaller pillar than it could be. Like, I mean, LeBron James crypto announcement recently. Could you imagine if LeBron says like
when Tom Brady?
It's got to be soon. I'm
retiring and buying a cool cat.
I'm assuming Brady retired so that he would have time to tend to his pets. That's what
He's got
a quest. He wants to spend more time with the family. He's got small kids who want to go questing. I think it wouldn't surprise me if one of these super big guys was the person. Like MoonPay has shot the moon, if we can say that, on who's making the purchases here. Post Malone, Jimmy Fallon. Like these are big, not like these are you call it A tier. I don't know. They're not B tier. That's for sure.
People who are so famous that they don't even have the time to just log on and buy ETH because you could just do it yourself, obviously. So it's people who.
Pretty sure the MoonPay cat is for Buzz Aldrin.
That is one thing people have been thinking. Because he is in a space outfit.
It was a space. Yeah, it was a space outfit. So
and they did something with him too, didn't they? Or he.
Wait, didn't Buzz Aldrin have like some? Does he have some like PR like skeleton-y type stuff? Or am I thinking Neil Armstrong?
We mean skeleton.
Like there was some like thing he like punched a guy or some shit. I don't know. Maybe I'm making that up. I might be making that up. I'm not trying to FUD our bags on stream here.
Nothing immediately on Google for Buzz.
Okay, good. Good. Buzz Aldrin, good. That's interesting. But what if it's Bezos? If it's space? Could you imagine if it was Bezos? Could you imagine if Bezos would be like just behind Elon, right? As like,
and then what if Amazon integrated milk?
Yeah.
You could buy whatever you wanted with milk.
Even space, like I think Elon would buy it himself, right? Elon is. Even maybe Bezos would buy it himself, right? But like it could, SpaceX, it could be Elon.
What about remember when does Dave Chappelle have any has he gotten into, did he get an ape?
He has an ape, yeah. Chappelle has an ape.
Yeah, I feel like we haven't heard too much with like him, but I feel like he would get into it more.
I love how at the beginning of the show, Logie was like, "We don't speculate much on this pod," and now we're talking about Elon buying a cool cat when that is definitely not.
I don't know if Elon's doing that.
I mean, we're speculating because we're nearing the end of the show, and it's fun. So, That's all this is, though. It is just speculation. We've unfortunately, I can hang out for another 20 minutes or so. We've unfortunately, like, past this window where I thought we were going to obviously be able to mint our cool pets and chat about them. Though we do know, if you're joining late here, we do know that there is an official, like, collection on site at OpenSea, at least as of right now on OpenSea. I don't know that it's auto-populated on like Looks Rare if you're doing your purchases over there. So we have the Cool Pets deployer creating the Cool Pets NFT. It's already verified, right? There's been no trading. All these are owned by the deployer, and I don't think they're looking to get rid of it. We have a 0.4 ETH offer already, which is an encouraging sign. 30 seconds ago. You see this?
7 ETH? Oh, that's listed.
Wait. You see this 30 seconds ago, though, right? So it looks like mints are happening.
Oh, let me check.
That does look like
give me one
minting.
Mints are definitely happening. I mean, these are...
They didn't make an announcement.
Yeah, but people must just be, like, clicking the button.
The site is down, so mints are probably
down. I think people might have gotten
There's
it.
an announcement? No, there's not. That was a different... Never mind.
Yeah, but I wonder if people are writing contracts from Etherscan, potentially, if it was like...
I think that Sean said that that's not possible because you have to sign on site, but I'm not a dev, so I don't know that.
Well, these people are very, very smart.
Maybe they got it. Maybe they have started minting, or they started and they shut it down right away when they saw that people were able to.
The site being down leads me to believe that mass traffic happened.
OpenSea is just crawling for me.
Yeah, that's the other thing.
Wait, do I have the... Let me get if I can get this, let me grab the collection. We can go to Etherscan. Etherscan should not crawl for me. This is if you're just watching this, can you see my screen, right? It's a handy way to track tokens. You grab the contract address and throw it in Etherscan. It still says, okay, people are definitely... Cole just adopted a pet. People are definitely adopting pets.
Oh, I wish I could get on and do it. I'd do it on stream.
Of course, Cole was able to do it.
I thought Cole was... I just saw his tweet today. I thought he was, like, gone, but he's back, apparently. How many pets did he... Just minted one pet, 9787.
So interesting. Maybe he can mint it from the contract specifically.
Oh, somebody's pinging me. Where am I getting pinged? Oh, unrelated. Yeah, it's going for some people because Cole just minted a second one. This one address just claimed like a ton.
There's a bunch like pending, yeah.
Why have they not announced this?
Well, maybe it's not supposed
to. Trying to figure out how to stop it. Yeah.
I'm surprised no sales yet on the real one. I mean, I guess the listings have been like absurd. There's been 5 listings.
Nobody's selling.
Floor price 4.19.
I wouldn't recommend buying it, but maybe.
I mean, you can see all the mints here if I go to transfer. Like they're definitely minting. Oh my gosh. This is exciting. I'm just kind of sad that
we can go on site.
I'm just kind of sad that we can't mint them. Freaking Buzz Aldrin. Like,
what if you see him mint a pet right now?
I actually hope it's not Buzz Aldrin.
Well, that's Aldrin.eth.
Why would it be Buzz Aldrin? Like,
I don't know.
That's bullshit.
I can do it from the contract.
Cats are going to the moon, dude.
I mean, I get that, but Buzz Aldrin is like, how many Twitter followers does freaking Buzz Aldrin have? Like, I want some mass appeal, you know what I mean? Like, most of the people who own Cool Cats don't even know who Buzz Aldrin is.
He has 1.5 million.
That's nothing, dude.
That's nothing.
Post Malone has how many? Oh, how do I find him? Is this him? 6.9 million.
Of course he has 6.9 million.
Jimmy Fallon has, I think, like, does he have like 30 million?
50?
51 million. So don't come in here with this bullshit Buzz Aldrin stuff.
We have to get a couple.
It's not bullshit. Like he was announced with them. Like it's,
yeah, someone has to purchase the cool cat.
I mean, you were thinking it was going to be Elon.
Wait, so the Buzz Aldrin thing is like definitely real?
Because it's a guy with an astronaut outfit.
No, you're speculating, Lou, right? Like
they talked about Buzz. He was in one of the tweets at one point.
What tweets?
I think we would have heard about this in town hall, and we definitely have not.
Yeah. I mean, we're getting ahead of ourselves. Previously, we were speculating, but not with surmised tweets about Buzz Aldrin buying a cool cat. Buzz Aldrin.
Everyone will have a cool cat soon. All the top 9,998 celebrities and me.
Okay, they're definitely being minted right now. So, like, I don't know what's going on, but there's 37 holders. I think you have to go through. You have to do it through the contract.
Yeah, I'm too dumb for that. I can't.
I mean, I'm not.
I want to click the egg. I don't want to contract it. I want the UI experience.
Wait, am I sharing screen still? No, I'm not. I don't see. Let me see if I see a mint function in the contract. Public adopt. ID tracking starts at 9 to prevent ID contamination signature to help avoid bot minting. Reserved mint. Okay, so this is what they did. They minted out 100 pets for giveaways and collabs. So that was the function that they called for those first 100. Set genetics.
Yeah,
my
I
gosh,
think it's
look at this contract. Yeah, this is what it is. Allow users for select specific cats to claim against. Requires cat ownership.
So you put your token ID in there and click right. Costs like 0.02.
Yeah. Interesting though.
I'll just wait. It's all right.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna wait too.
I'm not selling mine anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Total of 209 tokens found. We know the first 100 are, of course, them, right? There you have your second with 13. Cole, 2. But
first price is on there, 3.69. Looks rare is at 2.3. An offer.
No sale though, right?
Collection offer of 2.
Oh, we have some sales here. So these atomic matches are sales. Let me see here.
Yeah, 3.3, so there have been 3.5, a couple 3.5 sales. Wow.
Someone's getting ripped. Maybe I should do it.
Someone's getting ripped. No, this always happens, dude. I mean, maybe pick socks just like really.
Yeah, but I could sell it, dude. They're just eggs. Like the items are what matter. So if you sell it now and they go to 1, you can buy 3 for the price.
I mean, I understand how it works, but there's no guarantee. We don't know, Jason. We don't know that that'll definitely happen.
If they're going to skyrocket right to 10.
I mean, maybe they do. Who the hell knows?
While cats sit at 15.
2 sales. Yeah, I mean, you got to be honest here.
I might go for it.
We don't know what's going to happen here.
I can't do it just because I need to have a pet, but
I mean, I can't do it.
I have a allow list too. I might do it.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw this up and see what we get.
I mean,
if it works, I might do it.
Yeah, Lou, go ahead and try if you want to. I cannot because the allow list and my ledger are not with me presently. So
we're supposed to be pumping bags, not fudding bags.
Yeah.
3.5 is way too low for me to ever list. Certainly too low.
3.5 is way too low. Oh my gosh. I thought maybe Pranksy just bought a bunch, but he just swept Women Rise instead.
And the Pixel Land.
Yeah, I saw that. I don't have time to mess with Pranksy's mints right now. You know what we should do? While we're like, Lou, you're trying over there?
Yeah.
Okay, let me like pump a couple things from Lucky Trader as Lou tries. So a really cool thing that we just added in at Lucky Trader. Firstly, the charity campaign, which launched today. So please, if you've had a really fortunate year, head over to luckytrader.com. Working in partnership with fractional.art, our friends Dee's, Andy, you probably know them well. Go ahead and donate.
help somebody. It's a little less fortunate than yourself get clean drinking water around the world. You can go ahead and click the banners on the site. There's an article. It's going to give you all the information you might need to know. You'll put yourself on a leaderboard. Everyone receives a POAP. If you're in the top leaderboards, you'll receive a fractionalized TJ Thorne NFT. TJ Thorne, of course, notable NFT photographer. That's one thing that we'll spend more time talking about. There's actually a space going live at 7 p.m. Eastern. Dees is hosting a space. You can learn about that. But I want, excuse me, I want to quickly, as Lou works on this, also share that we announced Lucky Trader alerts last week, or maybe 2 weeks ago now, late 2 weeks ago. So like 10 days live. Once Cool Pets is up, and it's not going to be up just yet, right? We're just getting stuff. Actually, we do have the collection page, which we don't have any assets in for. So once this comes up, though, we'll get some assets. Once that's up, you can actually set alerts for Cool Pets so that you don't have to refresh. You don't have to do what we're doing right now, scanning Etherscan or whatever. You can come in, if you're doing Cool Cats, for example, you can click buy now, and then you can set an alert for this particular. You have to connect your wallet. I'm on the wrong browser to be able to do so right now. But you go ahead and set alerts for these things. So individual assets or different traits, different floor prices, whatever. We're talking and bantering about what the floor price will look like. You can shut us up and just throw alerts on and go from there. So cool new feature. If you haven't checked it out at Lucky Trader, go ahead and do so. Were you successful though?
Yeah, I got it. So I did the function one.
No shit.
I typed in my token ID.
And it checked your wallet to make sure you had it. Hopefully.
Yeah, and it paid like 0.02 in gas. So gas was relatively cheap.
Are you selling though? That's the question. Are you putting for sale right
there
now?
have been a few sales at 3.5. I feel like that's like a tempting number.
It is
to sell at, and then I could probably I assume I can buy it back at lower than that later.
I do think that 3.5 is within the range of possibilities for the floor though.
Right, like I was thinking 2 to 3.
Man.
But I do think I would have to buy back like before the public mint. That's the other thing is like when will price go back up? Because I think long term, like 3.5 for it doesn't seem ridiculous. Long term for like a companion of a project that has a floor of whatever it is, 17 right now. That's in that like 1/5 range. So that's where like it's almost.
Oh, there's a bunch of sales now, like a lot of sales.
If this
yeah,
I gotta do it.
There was one at 4.44. See that one?
I minted this pet or this cat. Dude.
There is a 4.44 sale.
Jesus, I might need to run home.
Why did they just skip over all the other ones?
Everything's going too fast at the bottom.
The floor is 4.4 right now.
Yeah, because
it's not updating fast enough. The floor is 4.4 right now.
Yeah, I don't even know if mine is.
The floor's lava.
Listed.
These are all fire Pokemon or fire Cool Pets right now.
Let me look at. So here's your, and of course this will all be accessible on LuckyTrader.com shortly. Ty Money, who was one of the first to mint his.
He's the one that sold at 4.44.
Gosh, but yeah, you can see any of these adopt pets means that they've claimed their pet, adopted it, right? These are the holders adopting. Atomic Match means that's a sale on OpenSea. So yeah, 4.4. Whew. Dude, this is
there's a few that have gone at
Lou, of course, you can think for yourself. Successful NFT collector and investor and trader, of course.
It's frothy out there for these pets. People are hopping on.
This is far
greater
than I expected right out of the gate.
So a couple things is like there's only 112 of them or 120 of them now that have been claimed. There's literally 20 times more that still have to be claimed. So, I mean, we see this a lot with like that initial when things are like people want to get one before they miss out. Like they see it at this high price right now. And, like, especially this past week when, there was like 8 different projects that ran up from 5 to over 10, it feels like. So, I don't know. Like, it wouldn't surprise me if this ran up to 8 because like everything was running up to 8 this weekend,
Jesus.
So it's just kind of weird.
I'll say this, guys. At 8, At 8, I think I
You'll be tempted.
at 8 I have to trade one and then buy back. It's
So,
gonna go lower. It's gonna go lower.
do you remember the dogs,
can't
the
even
kennel
figure it.
dogs, the kennel club? That came
Yeah,
out and it was like immediately 60% of the price of the apes. And it was like, I sold my kennel dog like right away because in my mind, I was like, why is this priced at 2 when apes are 4? Or, you know, and I was like, how is this over 1? And I think those were airdropped, right? I don't think you had to pay for them.
I wouldn't know. Never had one.
It was revealed.
I'm a loser.
Versus like the at least half of those mutants were, 2.7 to 3 Ethereum.
I cannot believe this is happening right now.
Are they still just flying?
They're selling. One just sold for 3.9.
People are listing now.
Fleur just
Fleur.
sold 3.592. Yeah.
Yeah, I
He
mean
sold
this
a
is
couple.
this
Fleur's
is
just
obviously
undercut.
yeah, of course. I mean people are gonna like this has to go down into the 2s or lower. It has to.
Nah, dude.
I
We're
mean,
not. We're pumping.
The lowest
I don't
listing
think it has to go
3.4.
down to 2. Like the fact. So
I know it doesn't have to.
the bullish side of it selling at this price right now is like a lot are selling at it. So there's other times when things come out and people are listing and there's like 1 or 2 that get paid for like let's say Fishy Fam, right? I think the first few sales for that were like 0.8, 0.9. But then once more people come out, it came down a little, but it came down to like 0.4. If the first few sales were like 0.3, it would come down to like 0.1. So I think it's probably going to come down from people undercutting and seeing, oh, this is a quick like 3 Ethereum I can make. So that's where it probably will come down a little bit. But these things always they come down, they come back up. People are going to want to use these pets, like especially these cool cat holders when they see, oh, if I have a cool cat, I can level my pet faster. Those are the people that are going to want it back. How many cool cat holders are there? Like 6,500 or something?
Yeah, let's go check that out because I actually wanted to also check in on that. I wouldn't expect this early that there'd be much movement on that price. Oh, it already has. Is that right? It wasn't just 16.6 like a few minutes ago. Somebody got their cat.
That could just be one listing too. Yeah, so it's like, yeah.
Oh, sorry. Low high.
So it went down back to 15. That's the thing with these is like, oh, the floor drop. It's like one guy put it at 14.69 to like get out, and now all of a sudden, the floor price immediately drops, and other people see that and they list it low. It's just
I
the
mean,
undercutting game is wild sometimes, and now he has it down to 14.3.
Yeah, this was totally expected, right? Like this is totally expected that this would happen.
Yeah,
and it's not even that drastic, really. Not yet. I mean, I think it'll take a hit. It's gonna take a hit, right? God, the cupcake shirts are good too. I thought about that.
I kind of like that one with the bandana and the cupcake shirt. What do you think about the double face? Double face is like almost too much for me. Like looking at it, it's like, I mean, it's a cool feature, but I don't think I could own it myself.
Double face, yeah.
That beard guy, you could have had him. He like dressed up Logie,
yeah,
beanie on.
Now, is this actually a mask?
That one's the mask. Yeah. So they do have a mask trait.
I'll have to show my mom.
We're gonna have to show her.
I actually forgot to. She's like called me like 3 times. Must be worried about where I am, and I forgot to text her when she texted me on the beginning of the stream. Whoops. Sorry. Cool pets.
Yeah, cool. It's cool pet day. You're getting a
pet. 2 pets, Mom.
Oh man, wow. Someone just sold it 2.49.
Oh geez.
I don't know if they typed that wrong or something, but whoever bought that one, not bad.
What jerks.
Stop dropping it until I sell mine.
We should start one of those those discords where it's like, don't list below this.
Oh yeah, that's the worst. Delist
until 1 ETH.
If you list below 5, you're gonna have bad luck for 7 years.
Okay. Well, we got about 5 minutes left since my mom's worried about me.
Yeah.
But this has been a lot of fun. I'm excited. We'll follow up, of course, about Cool Pets and the follow through of this roadmap and their execution. Jason, our alpha leaker, has shared that the Cool Cats team expects much more and is going or intends to create much more beyond just Cool Pets and this initial Cooltopia ecosystem. I'm excited. We'll see what happens. Should all definitely pay attention to luckytrader.com to see the Cool Pets as they are starting to reveal or hatch, right? That'll be in days from now, like a week from now, probably. But you'll be able to pay attention there and see those assets and kind of understand the fluctuating rarity rankings as it pertains to those particular assets, because they will change with every hatching, more or less. But also to follow.
This is an important one. Like, we like to do beginner guides to things, and just in general, like for beginners, a lot of lessons in a way. And I think just, you don't have to buy a Cool Pet, but if you watch like what happens in the price action, like, are people waiting to mint? Are people holding on to eggs? Like, if you just watch from afar and just pay attention to like how it goes down, then the next time something like this comes out and has similar dynamics, then you could, take advantage of already seeing how it played out with something else.
Yeah, great experience. This is also, we talked about it a little bit, but Cool Pets is, trying to do something that not too many have done yet. Apes have had a pretty ambitious roadmap. They've obviously nailed the dropping of mutants. And is this the alert right here from Cool Cats?
In their Discord.
Yep, it's live.
Live. Wait is over. Cool Cat owner now able to mint on coolcatsnft.com. Thanks for the patience. We begin the minting process. So one of the things I want to just make note of as we sign off here, please do follow Lucky NFT News on Twitter. That is going to be your resource in the near future about the happenings surrounding mint times, whatever, right? As it pertains to Cool Cats and Cool Pets. Given the delay, we are expecting, though we can't, of course, comment for sure until the team officially announces, but we are expecting that there will be, a backup or a change in plans potentially as it pertains to the allow list mint as well as the public mint. Right. So follow at Lucky NFT News. This is our curated news feed where, we're going to show you everything that happens. We're going to tell you everything that happens. If you don't already follow it, please follow it. We will keep you guys up to date in the near future. The lounge will be back likely on Thursday, headed by Lou. So you'll have to defer to him on when exactly that might be. But please do hop in the Discord, chat us up on Twitter, whatever. Excited to see what happens. Any parting thoughts, Jason? Appreciate your first appearance here for Cooltopia, Cool Pets Mania.
No, this was fun, and 4 ETH floor for Cool Pets is FUD. Down to 100.
100 ETH Cool Pets floor, unhatched as well. Lou, anything else before we sign off?
It'll be exciting to watch this for the next few days, and then obviously on Thursday, I'm sure we'll be able to recap, and maybe questing will be live then.
Maybe.
So maybe we'll do a live quest or something, depending on how it looks.
If we do, I'll be back for that.
We're gonna have to then to bring Jason back. All right. Well, thank you, everybody. Catch you on the flip side. Thanks so much. Is the video playing?